Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Femboy Tell 'em, or if you are on my Facebook channel, Bitch Talk, because I'm going to be doing two different intros for this. So I'm going to Bitch Talk, Boosh for my Facebook followers, and then, you know, Femboy Tell 'em for my YouTube followers. So give y'all both some, options so y'all can find me. Because what I'm going to be talking about today, guys, is very important. It's very serious. It's concerning your health. It's concerning my health. It's concerning anybody who has anal sex, basically. Okay. So if you are 18, if you are under the age of 18, please get off of this. Stop watching my video now. Okay. I'm only gonna ask once. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, your 3 seconds gone. Okay.
Struggling, I raise the flag up. Take off them handcuffs, baby, let's get these grands up. We started from the bottom, now it's time to stand up. Let me see those lighters, my riders, and twist your fingers up.
So, first I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do a lot of reading. So, be mindful that this is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to be throwing a lot of information at you. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the information that I give you, and then I'm going to ask you guys maybe how you guys feel or what do you guys do, etc. So, feel free to leave comments, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. And I will get back to you throughout the summer, okay? Because this is my channel finale. Woo. On YouTube it is. On Facebook, I'm just not going to be, I'm going to just be posting things. I'm not going to be making videos, etc. like that. Or I might, I don't know, it depends. I have to figure that out because I'm just trying to greatly decrease how many videos I do. But anyhow, back to anal cancer. Okay? So anal cancer starts when the cell begins to grow out of control. Cells in nearly any part of the body can become a cancer and can spread to other parts of the body. So, basically it's saying that any cell in your body, like in your skin or liver or wherever, whatever cells that you have, it can grow a cancer, basically. And that cancer, it'll basically be like a growth of some sort, like a tumor, So, it also says here that, this is basic information about the anus, okay? Okay, as food digests, it passes through the stomach into the small intestine. Then it travels to the small intestine, which is the main part of the large intestine called the colon. The colon absorbs water and salt from digested food. The waste matter that is left goes through the colon. That goes through the colon is known as feces or your stool. Okay, now feces are stored in the lower part of the large intestine, which is called the rectum. And the rectum is the final 6 inches of the digestive system. So basically, it's the last 6 inches before it, falls out. Okay, so, and that's basically what a bowel movement, the last part of the bowel movement. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a picture of how the anus area looks. Okay, so it'll have some of the words so that you guys can get a better depiction of what I'm talking about, because this is what I'm going to be talking about right here. Okay, so as you see, it's a lot of, this is how your anus looks if someone splits you in half. If they split your booty in half, this is how it would look. So when somebody says they're gonna split your ass in half, that's how it will look. Aye. Whoa, no. Let me stop. Okay. So the lining of the anal canal is called the mucosa. Most anal cancer starts from the cells in the mucosa. So the mucosa is basically like right right when you get past that pre-anal skin, which is basically when you get past this part of the skin that's outside of the butthole and you go inside of it, right, like right there. That's what the mucosa is, and that's where most of the cancer starts at. Okay, most commonly starts at. Okay, so there are lots of different types of cancers. You got let's see. It says not all. Okay, right. Okay, it says not all tumors are cancers. So you could have a lump or something like that inside your mucosa or any other part of your rectum, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a tumor. Okay, it could be a malignant or it could be just an abnormal growth that you're having. But either way, if you notice it, if you feel it, you should go see a doctor. Either way, okay. Now, some other things that I found out was, let's see, benign. Okay, I want to talk about benign anal tumors. Okay, so I remember in the last video or some other video I talked about polyps. So it says polyps are small, bumpy, or mushroom-like growths that develop in the mucosa or just under it. Okay, so you can have inflamed polyps, you can have liphnoid polyps, and you can have anal papilla. Okay, so the inflamed one is basically when it's just inflamed. Your liphnoid polyps are when you have an overgrowth of tissue on the on your liphnoids, and let's see, and the anal panella is basically a growth that's connected to connective tissue. Okay, so there's a bunch of other different names for benign tumors that people can have removed. I'm not gonna say them. I'm just gonna like show you guys the words, you know. So it's on. Let me see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 different other kind of benign tumors that basically can grow on nerves and blood vessels and muscles and stuff like that. So I'll put that up, and if you guys are interested in finding it, or if you think you may have any of these conditions, look it up and see if it might fit. Okay, because those are all benign tumors, which means they aren't harmful tumors. They're not going to particularly kill you. Okay, they might kill you if it continues to grow though. But benign doesn't mean that it's not going to kill you, or that it won't grow into a problem. Okay. One thing that I found out on here, which I thought was kind of cool, was name tags. I mean, I said name tags. Wow, my name tag is up my ass. Whoosh. Okay. Okay. So skin tags. I'm like, I heard people say skin tags before, but I'm like, what the fuck is a skin tag? So that's what I'm here for, to tell you what a skin tag is. Okay. So skin tags are benign growths of connective tissue that are covered by cells. Skin tags are often mistaken for hemorrhoids, swollen nerves under the anus or rectum, but are not truly hemorrhoids. Okay, so just because you have a piece of skin hanging out your booty hole, that don't mean that it's a hemorrhoid. It could be a skin tag, or it could be a wart, or it could be any number of things. So if you see a skin tag, you probably should go get that checked out, because it could also be a cancer or a tumor that's growing. Okay, and there's also, like I said before, warts. So it could be a wart, anal warts, which is a growth that occurs just outside of the anus and is in the lower canal below the dentate line. Now the dentate line is, I feel like I should show you guys, if I don't know, dentate, because I know you're like, dentate line, what the hell is dentate line? So guys, so this is outside of the booty, and then this is the mucosa right here. This is the dentate line right here before you get to these columns. You guys who have taken it up the whoo, you know that feeling where it's like, oh, it feels good right here, but then like when they really start to get like right, you know, when they get the head in there and it's like, oh my God, you know, like I wish you would like hurry up and get past whatever you're doing because it kind of hurts. Like that's where they are, and it hurts because like look, it's like columns, so it's like it's squished up. Okay, so that's the line that I'm talking about. Okay, so it says that. Now I was talking about anal warts before. Okay, so it's below there. Okay, so you can get warts. You really can get warts anywhere in inside of you, but like I said, you can. It's saying that you can get your moral if you have HPV or genital or anal warts, then this is where it would predominantly show up at. You know, it would show up in this area. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about potential precancerous conditions. Okay, so now, like I was mentioning before, you have anal warts, you have anal tags, skin tags, you have polyps, you have, let's see, no, that's about it so far, yeah. So if you have any of those things, basically, you need to go check out your AIN levels, which is basically it basically tells you what kind of treatment you will need and how far along the cancer is, if you even have cancer, basically. So ask your doctor about AIN 1 and 1, 2, and 3. So there's three different ones. Okay, ask your doctors about that if you think that if you think you may have anal cancer, go check that out. Okay. Or ask your doctor, and the doctor will tell you more about it, okay? You know, I found something funny in here. It said something about cyst, and I was like, oh, I thought cyst was like, like an abbreviation for like not real, biological, gendered person or whatever. So, but they have some other thing that's called a cyst too, and I was like, oh, okay, that's new, interesting. Oh. Okay, most anal cancer that's in the United States is a squamous cancer. I mean, it's a squamous cell. What the hell is a squamous cell? I remember seeing that somewhere, squamous cell. Squamous cell. You have a squamous cell inside of you, you dumb cunt. No. But basically, there are 5 different type of cancers that you might want to be aware of. I'm going to just put them up because those are also very long names, and I am not going to try to say them. So, yeah, I thought that said melanoma, but that doesn't say melanoma. And I know I'll tell you some of the details about them. One of them is found predominantly in the United States. It's found predominantly in the United States. Okay. Another one that we have here. Oh my God, that word is like ADENOCARCINOMAS. You pronounce that shit. I ain't pronouncing it. I'm like, baby, I already get tongue tied. You see how I be talking? I'm like trying to like get myself together here. So that word is the type of cancer that develops in the lining of the upper part of the anus near the rectum, okay, or the glands under the anal muci. Like I was saying before, basically under the mucus area. So, and then you got like some that can grow on the pre-anal area, so basically right outside the anus. And then you have some that can actually grow into the small intestine, which is like it's called a GISTS. So I guess when you go get like a colonoscopy, that's what they're looking for. They're trying to see if there's any GISTs in there. Okay? So, that information all was from, I don't even know where this information was from. It doesn't say. So, Oh well. But I got the rest of this information from the Cancer Treatment Center of America. So this is going to be just like bullet point stuff. So without further ado, let's get that on moving. Okay, so people who are at high risk for anal cancer, these are the factors, okay? So if you have the human papilloma virus, which is HIV, oh no, not HIV, HPV, it says an estimated 86 to 97% of anal cancer is caused by HPV, with HPV 16. So there's a specific type of HPV that is responsible for the vast majority of the cases. So you should ask your doctor if they have, or if you have HPV. Ask them what kind of strain of it do you have. Do you have HPV 16? Because that's responsible for most of the anal cancer related, victims. It says HPV vaccines are available and they should help people in the future, which they kind of are. I talked about that in another video. So yeah, if you hopefully they bring those shots to America so that more people here can get them, or people besides the females can get, or men, basically, so men can get them too. Shit, because at first it was just for women. So if you have HIV, you have a higher risk for cancer, which is because of the low immune system. At whatever point it decides that it drops down. Let's see, if you have a history of receptive or intercourse with men. So if you have men and women who especially are younger than 30 have a higher risk of anal cancer if they are receptive, if they have had receptive anal intercourse. That means you are more likely to get cancer if you have anal sex, okay? Because you're causing trauma to your rectum, basically. And there's a chronic local inflammation, which is basically inflammation of the anus, and it's just chronic, which is like it lasts a long time or doesn't go away at all, and it has very different levels of extreme. Like it might be completely extreme the whole time, or it might fluctuate or whatever, but you feel it, and it's irritating the hell out of you, basically. Age can play a role as well, though. It says here 2/3 of anal cancer cases are people who are over the age of 55. So if you have HPV, HIV, and you're over the age of 55, and the strain of HPV that you have is HP16, your chances, and you are a bottom, you really need to be on your stuff about getting your anus checked out, your anus, your rectum, and your large intestine checked out by getting colonoscopies, and go to the doctor. I know it's uncomfortable to have a doctor put their finger in your ass and be doing all that shit, but get a doctor that you're comfortable with, Okay, and then he also said that smoking and age also plays a factor. They said that, now remember, this is the center, the Cancer Center Treatment, the Cancer Treatment Center of America. So it says here race and gender plays a role, predominantly upon African Americans, particularly men. They are more likely to get anal cancer. So, oh my God. So I'm like, oh my God, this is like, okay. So if you're black, if you're a bottom, if you have HIV, if you have HPV, if you, and then the HPV that you have is HPV 16, if that's the strand, then you are like real, and you're over the age of 55. Yeah, wow, that's just horrible. Stop having sex immediately. That's what I say. Okay, so here are some anal cancer symptoms, okay? Now, you may have some of these symptoms, and it may be anal cancer, but there are other things that it could be. Go check your doctor. I'm going to tell you what I think about a couple of them as I go along. Anal bleeding. Now, anal bleeding could be also from you having sex and you tearing, or you douching and you tearing your skin, or you have hemorrhoids, or you are, what's another reason you could be bleeding? Yeah, that's basically it. Douching, getting fucked, fingering yourself, random objects in the air, getting fisted. When you do any of that stuff, then yeah, that can cause anal bleeding. Persistent or reoccurring anal itching. So if your anus constantly is feeling itchy, then yeah, go see a doctor or wipe your ass. Let's see. Persistent or reoccurring pain in the anal area. So if your anal area is throbbing or in constant pain, yeah, go see a doctor. I mean, if your shit hurt like that, then yeah, definitely go see a doctor. If you feel lumps or a mass in your anus, so if you feel any lumps when you put your finger in there, or when someone sticks their dick in you, or whatever they stick it in you, if they feel like something ain't right, or something's moving something off to the side, or something, be mindful of your body. Don't be scared to stick your finger in there. That's how you know what's going on. Okay. Okay. A narrowing diameter of stool. So if you start using the bathroom a lot less, abnormal discharge in your anus. So now I remember we were talking about like if you're getting fucked and you're like white stuff is coming out. Yeah. So if you have like white stuff constantly coming out, pus is constantly coming out, blood is constantly coming out, all this stuff is constantly coming out, go get checked out. And if you also have like enlarged lymph nodes, so like check your lymph node areas. I don't know where the lymph nodes are around the butt areas, so don't ask me. I know in the front they're like right on the pelvis bone. So if those feel like those are hard as rocks and they hurt, then yeah, go get checked out. The type, there's like I already said, there were a bunch of different types of anal cancer, so I won't go over that again. There are 4 stages of anal cancer. So basically, going from 0 being basically nothing's growing and nothing's spreading and then nothing's really happening, to level 4. So you have stage 0 to stage 4. Stage 0, like I said, is basically when nothing's really happening. It's kind of like in a malignant stage. And then when you get to stage 4, that's when it's spreading everywhere. You can't really get rid of it. Kind of like basically it's really doing a number on your body, and you might just die if you don't get the proper help that you need. So that basically explains all of those pages, because there's different levels. So you can just go from that's nothing, so just go up a little bit more until you get to that extreme level, which is 4. Okay. Let's see. It says physical exams and health history. Also, yeah, know your health history. If you don't know your health history, don't feel too bad, because a lot of people don't, including myself, about their past. Okay. So the last thing I wanted to say about this, guys, is if you have, or last couple things I want to say, is if the treatment that you would have to receive if you have anal cancer is chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and surgery. Surgery to remove the tumors or whatever the abnormal growth is. So why am I telling you guys this? Why am I talking about anal cancer? Why am I, talking for over 20 minutes about anal cancer? I am talking about this because it's important, and as a bottom myself, I feel that it is important to tell you guys, you other bottoms out there, and you versatiles, and you versatile tops, and you transgendered women, and you biological women, and you everybody else who's taking it up the woo-hoo-hoo for the team, okay? Make sure that you are considering all the factors that go into you having sex, Make sure that sometimes a small dick is okay. You don't always have, if you're single, don't always go for those huge dicks, because if you're constantly going for those huge dicks, you're going to increase your chances, because you're causing that much more trauma. So if you're single, mix it up. If you're not single and you're with someone who has a giant dick, then you just gotta stop letting them fuck you so much. Other than that, guys, I really don't have anything to say. I plan on going to the doctor in a couple weeks, and when I do go, I am going to definitely tell them to give me a colonoscopy and give me a quick examination, a quick whoop whoop around my what do you call it? Mucosa? I don't know, Macusa or something like that. I forgot the word already. Whatever. Um, but yeah, basically that's what it is. I also made another video, my first bitch talk video, which was about how or why people why people who are getting fucked, the bottom in this situation, why those different kind of fluids come out of the ass. So look for bitch talk if you want to know more about like those different kind of discharges, because there are a couple of discharges. Some of them are harmless, some of them aren't. So just check it out. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go to my Facebook, because it's not on my YouTube, so you won't find it on there. It's on Novon Baita. So once again, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening to me talk and ramble on and try to give you guys some useful information about how to take care of your body, have a safe body, you know. Oh, you know what? I also wanted to talk to you guys about douching, because the one thing that this thing did not mention is douching. I almost forgot that. I'm so happy. I did not forget. Or I almost forgot, but okay. So I found out some information about douching, because I know people are like, oh, you're just talking about, you know, symptoms and signs and all this old jazz. Okay, so these are some issues that you guys are going to have if you like are one of those people who douche all the time. First of all, if you're getting plowed by someone and they're huge and they're bigger than 6 inches and they have really wide dick, your ass, first of all, your mucosa is going to be, ain't going to have no columns in it, or it's going to have a whole bunch of columns in it. And you know what I'm saying? Like I just said, you know, like I said, it has, let me show you. Let me show you bitches the mucosa, there you go. So y'all can remember what it looked like. Oh, there we go. It's right here. Okay, so yeah, you guys who like those big dicks, this mucosa right here, and this, oh actually this is the mucosa, this area right there. So the columns is actually called the transitional zone. Yeah, that's called the transitional zone. I don't think it has a specific, yeah it does, it's called the transitional zone. Okay, so the transitional zone here, which is where the columns are, and the mucosa is at the bottom. So yeah, your transitional zone is what's gonna get fucked up, because when you see those guys and their ass is like, you're like, damn, your motherfucking ass is big as hell. Like that's just a big dumb ass gap and hole. Because they transitional zone is been stretched out so much that, you know, it already has ridges in it. You know, so if you're constantly taking those huge dicks all the time, you're gonna be fucked up, and you're gonna end up needing to use a douche. So that's why I looked up douches, and here are some stuff that I wrote down about douching issues. Okay, so using a douche too often will wash away the protective mucus lining, and you'll be more open to infections like polyps and cancer and other kind of diseases like STDs and, you know, scratches and tears and all that other stuff, because you're dry inside. Your anus is not supposed to be dry, so and empty. It's always supposed to be wet. It's always supposed to have something going on. So by you drying it out and you drying it off too often, you're gonna end up fucking yourself up, because at the end of the day, you have to remember that waste goes there. So if you're constantly getting fucked and you have a rip, and then you end up having bowel movements, and what do you think is gonna slide? You know, it's gonna slide onto that. And then that open wound is going to have fresh feces on it, which is waste that you just put out, and then you're going to be bleeding, and then you're going to be mad, and then you're going to be in pain, and then that might turn into it could turn into anything really, because it's waste. Okay? Douching can cause cuts, okay? Like the knob of it, of course, can cause douching. You know, I used to douche with the women's douche at first, and I used to cut my motherfucking ass up. I ain't gonna even lie. But then I found what's that shit called? It started with an E, like EMM, some shit like that. You find that shit, but then I found something better. I'm gonna show y'all at the end. That's better than that. So don't use that shit either. Let's see. avoid having sex after douching because it can cause leaking. Now that was just some old sad shit. Now you already know if you didn't douche, you know that you're gonna have some leakage. So, and if you are a first newbie to it, then when you douche, you're gonna have some leakage because it's water and, you know, all that other stuff inside you. So when it comes out, or when you try to get everything out, by your lining still being moist and having all that fluid on it, the lining of it still being wet, it's gonna still be sliding, stuff's still gonna be sliding out. So just be mindful, maybe give it a couple hours, like 1 hour at least, to kind of stop. If you overuse douching, you'll end up needing laxatives to use the bathroom, and who wants to use a laxative just to have a bowel movement? That's kind of sad. If you have heart condition or heart issues, by douching or putting water in your anal area, you can increase the blood flow. You will increase the blood flow in the body, because that part of the body absorbs water and salt, like I said previously. So by absorbing water, it'll increase the heart rate, which will then actually, let me show you guys too, because it has blood vessels. You have blood vessels right here, right outside the transitional zone. You have blood vessels, so it goes into those blood vessels, and then it increases your blood rate, which could which could kill you, give you a heart attack, a bunch of other stuff too. Now, if you want to go around, and if you want to do it a more traditional way, like back in the day, eat a bunch of fibers like carrots, broccoli, and fruits, and drink lots of water. That's a good way to have a bowel movement. Another good tip is, if you want to do it like the natural way, a natural way to douche yourself out, is to basically just go, be on that beat, constantly eating fiber, constantly drinking water, and then 2 to 3 hours before you're planning on having sex, you would, try to get try to use the bathroom as much as you can and clean yourself out, you know what I'm saying? Clean the outside, clean the inside, clean it as much as you can, if you're going about it the natural way, because all of it should come out. And I don't care what anybody says, you're going up somebody's ass, baby, there's always going to be, if your ass is spick spot clean, that means you are definitely, fucking up something in your body trying to get it spick spot clean for somebody else. Because if it's spick spot clean, then that means you don't have no moisture on the lining of yourself, and when it starts to re-moisten, and then they fucking you, and then they got on a condom or don't have on a condom, however you like to get fucked, and you're bleeding, you're going to be bleeding, and it's going to hurt, it's not going to be comfortable. Okay, so if you want to like stop, if you feel like, oh, I don't want to do that because you might, I'm going to shit on them and blah, blah, blah. Take you some gastro stop, or some, what do you call it? Amidum or some shit. Amidum, I'm going to put all that up here. But you take those, that'll stop you from taking the shit, okay? So you take that and you'll be all good. The last thing I wanted to talk to y'all guys about is I'm going to show y'all a picture of this right at the end, okay? And that's it's called a hot water bottle. Now, using that you can use a hot water bottle. You can use that hot water bottle that's like before you get way back into the old days, when you get more like the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, they use the hot water bottle not only to relax the muscles, but also to just you put the water in there. You have the tube. You sit down and you lay down on your stomach. You let the water sit there and relax, and then you push it out. So that's all I had to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks you so much for subscribing if you are subscribers today. And this is, like I said, going to be my last set of videos for the summer, so I hope you guys have a great summer. I will see you guys after the summer, and all my Facebook followers, I will continue to see you as time goes on throughout the summer, So please follow me on Facebook if you guys want to, be around and see what's going on, especially for that big news that I said in the other video. So love you guys so much. Thank you again. Peace, love, and light. Bye.